Hey, I'm glad that you could join. In today's video, I'm going to show you two different ways that you can make a different amount of money at two different price points. Now, with this build, you have to remember, the more money that you're willing to invest and you're willing to put into this, the more money that you can make. But with one of the lowest and easiest ways that you can actually make this affordable and easy to do, you can batch these out really fast, you will still make over a 400% profit. The highest ranging right around, I believe, $700 to $750, possibly higher than that, depending on where you source your lumber, how you get your wood, and what you actually put in time-wise for your wood. Now, for this build today, I'm going to do two different builds with two different types of wood. Now, I took some of the cheapest lumber that you can get at the most expensive price point so that this can be as easy as possible. There's not going to be a ton of cuts. There's not going to be a bunch of rip cuts coming down or a lot of sanding. You don't have to sand, plane any of these boards. Now, for all of these boards, these are all going to be S4S, which stands for surfaced four sides. And we are going to use some select pine from Home Depot. And we are also going to use some poplar, also S4S. Now, you can get a 1x3 cheaper than what I picked it up for, but I picked these up for $6 so that they were short enough to throw in the bed of my truck, because I had to go to Walmart afterwards. So I didn't want these sticking out of the back of my truck. I wanted them to be inside. But I did pay for select 1x3s that you're not even going to see in this build, which the amount of money that you'll actually be making off of these, spending the extra couple of dollars, I don't think in the long run is going to bother me the slightest bit. So I have a couple of those as well, and you can batch these out because these are going to be probably one of the simplest builds that we do all year. And you know me, I do some simple builds. Okay, so that covers the lumber. Next, we're going to look at some of the tools that you're going to need. You're definitely going to need some type of saw, whether it be a miter saw, whether it be your circular saw, or even a plain old hand saw. Any of these are going to work. There are no special cuts that are going to be made. These are all straight cuts. It's all straightforward. So you're going to need some type of saw, a drill. Now with your drill, obviously you'll want your screw bit. But what I would recommend, especially depending on what type of wood that you're working with, go ahead and make sure you have an actual drill bit here. Because at one point, we are going to come back through and we're going to insert some screws into this work that we're doing. Now, you can also use a brad nailer as well, but it all depends on what type of security you want to make sure your work's going to have. Last but not least, you're going to want to make sure that you have a tape measure. Stick around. I'll show you what we're going to do, and we'll get to making these. Okay, so first things first, what I'm going to actually end up doing, even though this is S4S, I never trust that this edge is going to be 100% square or it's going to be that good of a cut. So nothing against any of the big box stores, but I am going to throw this up on the miter saw and I am going to cut a slice off of this. And for this, I'm going to go past this part right here. That was the only part of this board that I did not like. You could put that on the back side, but I'm going to end up cutting a slice of this end off anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and come over and take that off. So hopefully I can get the camera to focus. So if we look, the type of cut on this side, which is now on that board down there, or the cut that comes from the manufacturer is this cut right here. This is a much smoother cut. I will go with this all day long. Now that we have our first cut, nice flush cut right here, what we are going to do is all of these that I found online were measuring out to roughly around 50 inches. Now, some suppliers had different measurements, and you can do the same exact build with different measurements. You would just have to adjust. But for us, we're going to go ahead and just come out and measure 50 inches. And that is what we're going to cut both of ours down to. Now we're going to do that same exact process with the poplar. Now we're going to throw up those 1x3s, and we're actually going to measure out . Now that is going to bring us to, on this backside, you're not going to do a lot, and you're not going to even do the entire board. We are going to do a bit of sanding. We're just going to sand these edges down. So what I ended up doing is coming to 25 inches, which is obviously going to be the center of your 50 inches. And I measured over 2 inches here and 2 inches here. So that gives us a total of 4 inches right in between. I made 2 marks, which will allow me to line these up straight. So what you should be doing is when you put this board on here, you should be measuring 1.5 inches down and 1.5 inches up, and that will give you right dead set where your center line should be for both sides. Now, once you have your boards into place, you're going to come here and you're going to drill a pilot hole. And then once you have your pilot hole drilled, you'll come through and you'll put in one of your screws. If you have a countersink drill bit, go ahead and run a countersink drill bit on there so that you don't actually have to hammer that in like that. But I need this to be flush or slightly below so that it will lay flush against everything else. So that it'll be flush. So go ahead and throw in your other screws. I'm going to throw 2 more screws on each side. All right, now that we have everything sanded down, we're going to come through and we're going to add stain to the pine board. And it's completely up to you. Like I said, if you want to give your clients different colors to go off of, then you can go ahead and stain your pine boards any colors that you want, and you can offer anything. I'm actually going to use a new stain that I just picked up today. It is a Bombay Mahogany by Behr. I have used this, but it's been by Minwax. We're going to find out what the Behr looks like. So far, I've liked all of the stains from Behr. And it does look like we are probably going to like this as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and set this over there. Now I'm going to go ahead and set this over there and let this dry. And then we will come back. I'll show you. We have a couple other things left to install. It's all going to come together here in a minute, I promise. And we'll go from there. So stick around and let's see what we end up with, okay? Okay, so we have some post-production video and editing going on right now. So I recorded putting the LED lights on and hanging the hangers, and none of it has audio. So I will go over I will do a quick little snippet here so that we can get a basis for what actually happened. So I purchased these LEDs. They're battery operated on Amazon for about $10. You can get a 3-foot section or a 6-foot section. This is the 6-foot section. If you do smaller wall sconces, obviously you can do the 3-foot section, and that's probably what I'll do with some of my scrap pieces over there. So I purchased that, went ahead and added a small bit of Gorilla Glue on the back side of this battery box right here, and then went ahead and glued this to this board. Those LED lights also come with a sticky tape on them. So I undid the sticky double-sided tape and wrapped that all the way around this so that it will shine against the wall and the back piece of this board and shine. And then I also went through and added hanging hardware on there, whatever hanging hardware that you would prefer. You can even router out key slots if you'd like to hang these. That will allow you to not invest any money into hanging hardware, but I think for a big bag of these, it was like $5. So I will also put these alligator teeth down in the description box below as well. You can go on Amazon and purchase those. I like it. It's really quick and easy. Zip, zip, and those are in. Now, in that video, I also went over hanging these horizontally. So I have 2 different alligator clips here, but also wanting to give the option if they want to hang this vertically, that I do throw a 3rd alligator clip right here, and then they will be able to hang this vertically as well. In any of the videos that I did, I have them all hanging vertically, but I will probably end up hanging this, not this one, the other one up in the house horizontally. So it gives different options for them to use. So wanted to make that real quick so that you guys kind of understood what we did on this backside to get that. Just glue your box, use double-sided tape or Velcro, attach this box. There is also another screw area that you can screw the box down, but get this box attached to your board, your backer here, your front board, and run your lights all the way around. And that's as simple as that is. Put your hanging hardware on there or cut out your key slots and you are good to go. So let's go ahead and get back to the video. Okay, so I had to record this a little bit differently. So the sound, the volume might not sound right. I went ahead and put these up in the bathroom, and this is kind of the look that you end up getting from that. Is it will bounce off of the walls, and it'll look really nice going all the way down. So I will set these up in the office after the office is all set up and ready to go, and post pictures and everything like that so everybody can see what that actually looks like. But all right, so there you have it. A couple of different boards and a couple of different tools. We were able to go ahead and make these beautiful wall sconces. I absolutely love these. Like I said, one is definitely going to go into our office, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this one, probably this one, on Etsy, or maybe make a couple of different ones and put them on Etsy. So I am going to probably put a couple of different pictures onto this video. The one that is, I guess I would say, maybe the most comparable for what we have here specifically is going for over $100. It's going for about $110. I think $110 would definitely be something feasible that you can get out of this board here. And I have also seen ones that are a lot smaller going for right about $90. But you also have to take into consideration that some of these are going for $200, $300, $400, all the way up to $700. Now, I'm not saying that those other wall sconces that are being listed aren't worth $700. I think it would be absolutely insane, really awesome if we could sell these for $700, but it would also depend on the type of wood. That's why something like poplar that actually does have a higher going rate is something that you would post probably in the $200-$300 range. And then one of these cedar boards I would post maybe for that $110 to $200, because these range in such a variety of amounts that it's kind of a whatever you want to make as your asking price. These pictures that I'm posting on the screen, if you pay attention, that these aren't just random out of the blue numbers that I'm grabbing. These are posted on here, and they have 20 plus items in their cart from those individuals. So these are high selling items that people plan on getting, and it's every single one of them. The $160 one, there's 20 plus in that cart. The $365 one, 20 plus in that cart. And before anybody goes, oh, well, it's oak, we can always say that it's oak. There's 500 different species of oak out there. So it all depends on how we market that. I pull oak off of pallets all the time. You can buy oak in big box stores. I have a large sheet of oak that's laying underneath this workbench right now that I could actually use for this. And if I made that into wall sconces and sold a 5-foot section for $365, guess what? I will do that 365 days a year. There is no way that I would not actually take that type of revenue. So these are different things, different companies that offer all of these, and it's completely up to you. Like I said, depending on what you want to put into this will depend on what you will actually get back out of it. But for minimal tools, minimal time, I think if we pull off a $400 to $700 profit on one of these, it is worth it. So I'm going to go ahead and make a few different kinds, not a few different kinds, the same exact kind a few different colors, and I'm going to offer these on Etsy as well. So I don't know if I will have those done and listed on my Etsy shop at the time of this video, but I will try to get those on there and posted for everybody to see it and to order if anybody wants anything. So just another FYI, I did just open up a merch shop. I will link that in the description below as well. I have 3 different styles on there. I really like the mental health awareness and motivational t-shirts. So that's kind of what I went with these 3. You can order t-shirts, mugs, really anything that you want. So if you can, if you'd like to, please go on there and order from that. So if you'd like to help support the channel, please go ahead and grab one of those affiliate links if you want to order any of the stain, any of the hardware, or these LED lights. And awesome ordering stuff off of there. You guys are doing a great job. So it helps me go get more material to make more projects. I greatly appreciate it. We hit over 1,000 subs. You guys are awesome. I wanted to have a 1,000 subscriber video, but we surpassed that and by far past it. We're all over 1,100 subscribers by now. So you guys are fantastic. You're great. Your comments, keep them coming in. Thank you for watching the videos. And it looks like you guys are watching more and more of the videos as time goes on. It really helps me. It really helps the channel. And if you want to watch another one of my videos, I will have this one in a library full of videos. If you continue to watch more videos, it helps the algorithm, pushes more videos out to everybody, and it helps our channel grow. Once again, I want to leave off with, I greatly appreciate all your guys' support. I would have never thought in a million years that this is something that we were going to be able to do, that I was going to be able to do. And without your support, I wouldn't be able to start doing this. So I want to continue to try to give you good ideas, good projects, things that are easier, more beginner friendly that you're able to do and that we're able to do together. And like I always say, if you have any positive comments, any positive feedback or ideas, please leave them in the comment box below. I will try to respond to everybody's comments. And if we come up with really good ideas on projects that I do, different ways of doing them, I will also try to make a video incorporating the different ways that you guys have to make different builds that I make. So I appreciate you guys sticking around for this long. Thank you very much, and I hope to catch you in the next video. I will catch you guys later.